Hi, my name is Angela Adkins, and I'm a teacher at Logan Middle School in Logan, West Virginia. I'll talk to you about the professional dispositions of learners. And although I would like to say that my classroom is more like Mary Poppins, the reality is that it's probably more like the Cat in the Hat and Thing 1 and Thing 2 on most days. So obviously, reflection plays a big part of my classroom. At the end of the day, you have to think, you regroup and replan and move on to the next day. The biggest thing as far as the dispositions for me, I think, is the high expectations. I tell my students from day one, I have high expectations of you. I expect you to try your best. And when you really encourage them to find their dream, find their passion, and just really find what motivates them to learn, it makes a difference in their overall academic career. And I think that also demonstrates your advocacy. You fight for them, you get them to understand, and you help them find the resources that they need to be successful. I think that also demonstrates the importance that you put on the dedication that you have as being an educator. Fairness. Fairness is not your typical definition of fairness. Fairness for one student doesn't look like fairness for another student. You have to build that relationship. You have to understand where they come from, what's going on with them, what happened to them overnight, what they experienced. What is that? Why they want to sleep in class? Is that why they don't want to do their work? To be able to provide an equitable education, you have to understand those things. And that leads into the compassion that you have for your students. You have to understand what is going on with your kids. You have to know their backgrounds. You have to know what situations they come from. Curiosity. There's a lot of curiosity in my classroom. I encourage questions, and as a matter of fact, when they ask me a question, I always turn it right back and ask them a question. And they'll say, Miss Adkins, why do you always answer me with a question? As a teacher, as any kind of an educator, it's my job to help them find the answers or search or expand their learning. I don't want them to think that I'm just going to give them answers. As an educator, it is important to teach them how to think, how to be curious, and to expand that learning. One of the things that I think plagues many professions is your professional conduct. I think professional conduct has to apply in the classroom and outside of the classroom. You are to be a positive influence on them. You give them hope in the goodness of people and the world. And you really have to be aware of how you act, how you treat other people, how you dress, how you conduct yourself in public, and all those things. The thing that I probably have the least experience in is the respect for diversity. And it's not that it doesn't apply, it's just that I haven't had that experience in my classroom. When you're talking about race, religion, the demographics and the economics and all those things, our area is not diverse at all. So the experience that I have in my education, as far as my kids are concerned, would be reading about it, learning about it, watching videos, but that doesn't make up for experience.